I'm with the Houston Sports Talk podcast, and I am speaking with Jarred Cosart right now, Astros starting pitcher. And first of all, Jarred, what was it like growing up in Houston and then coming here to play for your hometown team?
It's really a dream come true. I talked to a lot of guys that have been around the game a long time, and it's kind of the same consensus. If they ever had a shot to go finish their career or even play at all for their hometown team, it's something they jump on right away. So I was blessed with the opportunity, and hopefully I can help keep this thing we got going here.
Did you have any favorite Astros growing up, or favorite Astro memories there?
Oh, I go back to Killer Bees. It was, I went to games when I was younger in the Astrodome, and then back when Enron Field opened. So I was always a big Craig Biggio fan as a position player, and then, watching guys like Brad Lidge and Roy Oswalt. And then the short time we had Pettit and Clemens, I was a diehard Astros fan. I was just happy to see the team win. I had the opportunity to go to the World Series and kind of get an experience from the stands of what that's like, and it's a very exciting time for the city. I know all the players were ecstatic, so that's the goal, is to hopefully get back to where they were in the early 2000s and before then, back when they played in the Astrodome.
You just mentioned Craig Biggio. He was in camp earlier this week. Other Astros in the organization now. Nolan Ryan's back here. Have you had a chance to talk with Nolan Ryan yet, or Roger Clemens when he was in camp earlier?
Clemens was big. We made some small mechanical tweaks. Just from what he said, it's more along the tempo lines and stuff like that to get me going quicker and just keep the defense in and let him hit. So, and he's always available to us. I've got his phone number, and if we ever have any questions, and he's been a great resource. And I think Nolan's coming in this week, so those right there, two of the best pitchers in the game of all time. So anything and everything I can learn from them, I'm open ears.
So will you, having Roger Clemens, the Rockets phone number, will you call him then during the season? Because obviously, long season, you have your ups and downs.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want us to, he didn't want to feel too big of an attachment, but kind of just left it an open door policy. Kind of, if we get in a rut or we get in a funk, or even if something feels really good, and he's like, hey, you want to say, hey, Rocket, what'd you think about this, and this? I can use him at any time. So I'm not gonna abuse the privilege by any means, because I don't want to take time out of it. I know he's got a busy schedule, especially right now with the draft coming up and stuff like that. But I'm definitely going to use it some, but just try not to overdo it.
What about new Astros pitching coach Brent Strom? He's been working with you on some of the mechanics as well, and reading about how you are adjusting your hands as well on the windup.
Oh, it's been huge, night and day. Just my body feeling 10 times better, my control being better. Feeling more comfortable. He says the biggest thing in the game, 162 game season, you can't be getting stiff and rigid and whatnot out there. So we made a really minor mechanical adjustment that with some guys it takes longer, but I kind of picked it up right away, and it feels great. I'm excited. My breaking ball is a lot better. Been able to control it a lot better. So just constantly having him stay on me every day and trying to improve. We got about 3.5 weeks before games start to count, so that's what we're leading up to.
Yeah, you pitched yesterday as we're recording this against the Yankees, and how do you feel like things are coming along, and what are your goals for this upcoming season? Because when you were there last season, when you were called up, you had that great game against Tampa Bay, the no-hit ball, and then obviously you continued on with a great second half of the season when you were up. So.
Trying to build on something every day. For my second start of spring last time out, I'm way ahead of where I was last year. So I'm having the opportunity to make a lot more tweaks with mechanics, and you're just trying to be as close to perfect as you can be when the season starts. So yesterday was my outing. I wanted to work on throwing 50 to 60% curveballs, trying to throw it for strikes, because that's going to be huge throughout the season. Get guys off your fastball. And I succeeded at doing that. Obviously, complete results weren't, they weren't perfect, but I got a lot accomplished, and Strom was very pleased with that. And now I take that into the bullpen tomorrow, and then we take that and build on it Friday against the Cardinals.
Right, because you're trying to stretch yourself out here, obviously, for spring training, get ready for the regular season, and so.
I got up to about 50 pitches yesterday. I'll get to 75 next time, and stay at 75 for a while, and probably stretch out to 90, 100. Get ready for that first go around against probably a team we saw yesterday in the Yankees.
And I know you're trying to attack hitters early in the count, get ahead, and that's one of the things you're also working on with Brent Strom.
I did that yesterday, great in the first, and then we kind of talked to Stromy about it, trying to blow guys away when I got 2 strikes instead of just making the same pitch I made 0-0 or 1-0 or 0-2, whatever it may have been. So, getting ahead was good yesterday, but then I kind of let some at-bats get away from me, and, some of that's working on the curveball and some of that's just not honing in enough. So it's been great to have Stromy and guys like Feldman and Jerome to pick their brains and see what they had to say and give me feedback, and I can take that into my bullpens and beyond.
Oh, that's right. You have the Astros' new acquisition, Scott Feldman, coming over, and then Jerome Williams, veteran pitchers, and so they've been a great help as well. Oh,
yeah, it's just more eyes. Like I said, we got tons of eyes on us every day, but, they're watching from the dugout, and, Stromy's got right now 30 guys he's got to attend to, so you try not to abuse the privilege too much with him or wear him out. So we're using each other, and you're your own pitching coach, but it helps to have other guys there watching.
Obviously, this is a very young Astros team, but building for the future still, but hopefully can get more competitive this season, coming off of the previous season, of course. How do you feel with this young group of players that you're all kind of coming up together?
100 times better. The positive atmosphere in the clubhouse. You bring in these new guys, the veteran guys who have pitched in World Series, playoffs, and whatnot. They know what it's like to win, and they're trying to rub that off on us. And, us young guys that got a taste of the big leagues last year and had success, we want to keep building on that. And we kind of come up with the motto, if everyone can improve at something each game, then we're going to win a lot more games.
And that's the most important thing, because obviously the AL West is a tough division, and you're going to have the Rangers are loaded. You also have the Angels should be back this year. Seattle added to it. So
we're going to, it's something we're going to have to deal with every year from here on out. The AL, you're not thrown to a pitcher. No disrespect to the National League, but just the past numbers and stuff of pitchers have proven that the AL offensively has been a stronger division. So, we got to prepare every day like it's a World Series, but also at the same time it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, like I said, this spring training is a time to get everything lubed up and get ready to go.
Do you like that particular challenge, pitching in the American League now, going up against the designated hitter?
Oh, yeah. Obviously it's going to be tough, but that's where you find out what you're made of, and that's you got to make your money pitching against those guys. Those are the best. They've been around for 10, 15 years, made a lot of money, All-Star games, World Series, and all that. So as a young team, it's kind of an extra chip on our shoulder to show that we can go out there and compete and beat those caliber of players.
Are there any particular hitters that you faced last year that really got me? Guy's a good hitter.
Just kind of starstruck. You face Evan Longoria in my debut, and then David Ortiz was very imposing in the box. So but at the same time, my competitive side is to bear down and prove that I can get those guys out, and I was able to do that. And some guys, I feel like Adrian Beltre knows what I'm throwing him every time. So it's a game of adjustments, a game of misses. So down the road, it's you got to learn how to get those guys out, or you're going to be facing them for hopefully the rest of my career.
Well, hopefully the Astros will have a good season up ahead here, but I know you're a big Houston sports fan too. I just have to ask you, because I see when you tweet that you are a lot of times on the Texans and the Rockets as well. What do you think the Texans are going to do with their #1 draft pick this year?
They'll make the right decision. I know that. The management's been great the last couple of years. I'd like to see him take Clowney. I'm a big J.J. Watt believer, and I just went to a lot of games and saw him get double teamed on multiple occasions. So I feel like if we got another pass rusher that can get in there without having him double teamed every time, that'll do wonders for our defense. And as far as everything else, I think they got all the pieces in place. It's just getting back to that form they were in 2 years ago, and I think everything will take care of itself.
And get a quarterback as well too, right?
I'm a Schaub believer. I think a lot of guys knocked him, but every athlete goes through the downtime in their career, and he struggled for some games, and then they made a switch and whatnot. So he felt a lot of pressure, and I think he's going to use this off season as some downtime, and I think he's going to get back to his old form. And if we get Foster back healthy, we're a pro style offense, so we get Foster back healthy and have Schaub back making the throws, we'll be right there in the thick of things at the end.
And finally, just what do you think of the Rockets as well? Can they go to the finals this year, Western Conference Final? What is your realistic expectations for them?
They're playing the best basketball in the NBA right now, and they've proven they can beat anybody. So they realistically have a shot. We hang around a couple of the guys, Parsons and Caspi and whatnot, and it's great to watch those guys go out there and compete every day. And they the same sort of deal. They're not the youngest team in the league, but they are a young team. They've added some veteran help, and you could see a similar path taken by us.
Yeah, definitely. And the Astros are building the right way now too, and building for the future. And hopefully this will be a great season for you. And thank you for coming on the podcast here today.
Thank you very much for having me.